This is a test video for some 360 degree footage. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do a demonstration of taking a photograph. You think taking a photograph, anyone can take a photograph. Yes, you can. That's the brilliant thing about photography, anyone can do it. Today, slightly differently, I'm going to use a large format camera, which is down here in my bag. Open up the bag and take out the camera. This is it. And I'm just going to mount it on the tripod now. Hopefully I've got this facing the right way around. I haven't. I just need to change the plate on the bottom rather than the head. There are reasons for this. And then mount the camera on the tripod just like that. Now what I'm going to photograph is that way over here, if you follow me around. It's this clump of trees here. So we're going to see what that looks like when we photograph it. Obviously, not being digital, this is a film camera, it will take a little bit of time to sort the photographs out. Now, this camera, well, first of all, we have to open it up like this. We then have to bring the lens out like this. And we pull the lens out. Now, this camera has a few, not foibles as such, but because it's over, probably over 60 years old, close on to 70 years old, there's no automatic focusing. There's no automatic anything on it. What I have to do is pull the lens forward like this on these runners, and it will lock in place there. Release the bellows, and then I just have to line this up on the camera with a mark on here, and I know where that's supposed to be, which is just about here. What this does, it synchronizes the camera to what's known as infinity focus. So when it's at that point, everything at infinity, which is roughly anything more than about 150 feet away from the camera, will be in focus. This is a focusing scale, should I want to measure distance. On the side of the camera there's an old-fashioned rangefinder, as you might find in Leica cameras. And I can use that to focus if I want to. More importantly, at the back of the camera there's a little door that opens up, which means I can see through the lens, and then I can check my composition and check the focus, which I'm going to do now. So first of all, I need to get it quickly in focus, and then with this camera I can rotate the background. As I rotate it round, it changes it from a landscape format to a portrait format. It holds the film differently. And then I just need to adjust my composition, tilting the camera up or down to get what I want. And I'm just going to move that around like that. And tilt it. Bring it up, in fact. Just like that. And the difficulty of this is what I'm looking at the back of the camera is upside down, which makes it really difficult at times to get the composition right. We have to make sure everything is in the right place, and it's not at this moment. I need to move the camera around this way. There we go. And now I'm seeing what I want to see. Lock the camera up again. Adjust the focus. Now, if I was clever, I remember to put in a magnifying glass. Like this. So this is a little magnifying loop, which means I can look at the back of the camera and check that I've got clear focus where I want it. Which I have. So now it's focused. Pop that in there. What I can do, there's a little switch on this side of the camera, which I can lock the focus with, so these rails won't move anymore. And currently the lens is letting all the light through, which is no good for taking a photograph. So what I can do, is just close the lens down. Now, here, this is a cable release. If I just screw this in here, like that, means I can trigger the shutter from back here. Now what I need to do before I take a photograph is take a light meter reading. As I say, this is a completely manual camera. So what I need to do is use this device here, which is a light meter, and measure the amount of light that is being reflected off these trees. I'm just going to do that now. There we go. So measuring the light there, it's given me a light meter reading there that says f8 at 1/30th of a second. Now, I can do that with this camera, or close enough. So this camera, it doesn't have a 30th, it has 1/25th of a second, down to the shutter, but it does have f8 as one of the options for the F numbers. So I'll set it at that. Then I can cock the shutter, so now it's ready, and if I press this, it will take a photo like that. Cock it again, press that, takes a photo. I'm not wasting film, there's no film in it. I'm going to do that now. The film is held in these things. These are known as double dark sides. It holds 2 sheets of film. Each film measures 5 inches by 4 inches. It slides into the back of the camera, here, like this. And then what I need to do is lift one of these slides up to expose the film to the light, like that. Now, I've got the shutter cocked, it's at the correct speed, correct aperture, the film is exposed, I press the button. That's one photograph taken. I can then pop this slide back in to protect the film from the light, swap this round, like that, push it all the way in, and then I can pull out this second slide. Again, stop the camera moving, it's a little bit wobbly, and if I come round here, I can cock the shutter. This time I'm going to increase the shutter speed a little bit to just 1/50th of a second and decrease the aperture to f5.6, so our depth of field has now decreased, and I shall take another photograph. I have to remember to put this back in. If I don't, I lose the photograph. That's it back in. I can take that out. That's now 2 photographs taken, ready to be taken and processed. I'll do that later. That's it. That's how you take a photograph with a large format camera. Very easy, very simple, very slow by comparison to picking up your mobile phone and taking a photograph, which we can do very simply like this. Take a photograph, or picking up your digital SLR camera and taking a photograph. All automatic, all easy to do. This is very, very manual and very rewarding. And there's more to it after this because we have to process the film to be able to see the image.